get anything from 21 Greenwich Avenue to forward it to Post Office Box 416. Note that Gelman did not ask for a jury. A plaintiff cannot ask for a jury in a small claims trial. Now there was another phone call at 9:41 a.m. this morning. What is on the afternotes before going to Glendora's examination of Gelman? I'll tell you all that, and then I'll tell you what happened in the examination of Gelman. Insert. Glendora told Judge Evans I had to give up, right? Well, he did a wonderful job. He fixed it. I don't know what happened. The latch came loose and it wouldn't stay closed. But he did a wonderful job, as he always does. That's Caesar. Now, insert. Glendora told Judge Evans that she had not been paid $14 for mileage for subpoena ducis tecum. Judge Evans protested a while, and then she said she would look it up in Small Claims Book, which is where Glendora said she had seen it, 29 cents a mile for travel. Insert. DiGiulio accused Glendora of not producing the videotapes. Glendora went to one of the boxes and got out 3 videotape cassettes. She showed the 3/4-inch master to Judge Evans. Well, that would be in the box. It didn't show it to her on a monitor. She showed Judge Evans a 3/4-inch 10-minute dub, and she showed Judge Evans a VHS 10-minute dub. At that time, Glendora should have put the 120 audio tapes out on the table so that Judge Evans could have seen the evidence and seen the work and seen the time and seen the costs. Insert. DiGiulio asked Glendora about telling about the Gelman case on TV. Glendora said she was doing what Congress mandated in the Cable Act of 1984, inform the public and stimulate public debate. This is where broadcast TV like Gelman and ABC Cap Cities failed, and Glen Cable TV filled the need. At one point, Glendora said to the court, a judge has to be an expert as to who is telling the truth and who is lying. Why did Gelman hire a lawyer? Why did he not just face up, and come to court and pay up? November 1st, 1994. Is his mother proud of what he did? Is his father proud? Do they care? 4 people called Glendora when her program about Michael Gelman was on TV February the 24th, Thursday morning, the date of the trial. Channel 16, 8:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. in Manhattan. They give her a lot of support. Glendora has decided to play the audio tapes on TV since they were not heard in court. She wants to make Gelman's record public. When Glendora talked to the clerks and found out Judge Schaefer had dismissed her motions and all of DiGiulio's cross motions, Glendora asked the clerk who was going to be the judge on February 23rd in Small Claims Court. And the clerk says, well, it's Judge Stallman, and the backup judge, she said Judge Stallman is the backup judge or something, and Judge Evans. And Glendora says, well, is a backup judge, is that a judge who does everything in reverse? And the clerk laughed and laughed. It was good to hear the clerk laugh. They need a laugh. At 8:56 a.m., there was another telephone call this morning, and saying that, that was Rick saying that I need brake pads on the right front. Glendora does not think that this case can be decided without hearing the tapes and reading the log. The people in Small Claims Court do very well to handle the volume they do every night. In this court, I think this is Night Court, isn't it? Night Court, the TV show was all about it, wasn't it? That used to be a great show, but they ruined it. Did Judge Evans talk to the other judges on the case, O'Connor, Gantz, and Schaefer? We'd like to know. Glendora made the point that the tape she sent was not intended for broadcast. It was not broadcast standard. It was a demo tape. Just make note that court dates before trial were November 1st, 1994, December 5th, 1994, January 10th, 1995. This was the 4th time we'd gone down there for the trial on February 23rd, 1995. Now the confusion came, how the confusion came, Glendora is not sure, but since she has been denied submitting her log as evidence, that Glendora would not have submitted tapes to Gelman a second time, and through Calvin Norman, if she had heard from Gelman that he had seen Glendora's tape, that he liked it, but that it wouldn't fit his format. Now, if I'd heard that first, I wouldn't have sent the second tape to Calvin Norman to ask him to take it to Michael Gelman. Okay, now all the notes before Glendora examines Michael Gelman have been typed. So we go back to the ranch. and Glendora had called Michael Gelman as a witness at 8:22 p.m. and the court stenographer took a break. Glendora and Franklin stayed in the courtroom. So did the unidentified woman who answered the calendar call instead of DiGiulio and Gelman answering the calendar call, and they should have answered. Glendora read the Bible. She showed it to Franklin. It was a paperback. It did not look the way a Bible should. Glendora read in Romans, and she showed it to Franklin. Erstwhile, DiGiulio was out in the hall training Gelman what to say to Glendora's questions. Now you will find out in a minute that DiGiulio was telling Gelman to say. Franklin should have gone out into the hall and listened, but Franklin did not act well. He did not feel well. The judge stayed in the courtroom all the time except for a minute she went out. Glendora was thrown off track by not having any time Thursday to prepare for the trial, having taken since 6 a.m. Thursday to 3 p.m. all the time that she had to queue up and log the 77 audio tapes, which were never allowed. It was a big sacrifice. She had prepared for what to say at trial for every day before the trial for 2 weeks, but she needed the time Thursday itself to go over the case, and she didn't have it because of all these Gelman audio tapes. She was really thrown off by no audio tapes and no log being admitted as evidence. The break lasted about 10 minutes. The court stenographer came back. DiGiulio and Gelman came back. Gelman sat at the same desk Glendora and DiGiulio were sitting at the same desk where Franklin had testified. As I say, it's a really chummy courtroom. You come up and sit at a desk. It's really kind of nice. He gave his name as Michael Gelman and his address as 7 Lincoln Square, which is really some number on Columbus Avenue, on 67th, I believe. You know, 7 Lincoln Square, just a euphemism. Glendora asked, Glendora, Gelman. Glendora to Gelman. Did Glendora call you on Christmas, 1989? Gelman, I don't recall. Glendora, did you ever talk to Glendora on the phone? Gelman, I don't recall. Glendora, did you receive a videotape from Glendora? Gelman, I don't recall. Glendora, how good is your memory? Gelman, it's pretty good. Glendora, did you see the videotape Calvin Norman brought you? Gelman, yes. Glendora, what was on it? Gelman, I don't recall. And that's the way he was. Question after question after question. I don't recall. And so DiGiulio had taken him out in the hall and taught him to say, I don't recall, I don't recall. And these are all lies. Of course he recalls. And that is the way it went over and over again. DiGiulio had obviously drilled Gelman to say, I don't recall, over and over again. And then when Glendora asked Gelman questions to which Gelman couldn't answer, I don't recall, DiGiulio shouted, objection. DiGiulio was disruptive and obstructive. DiGiulio obstructed justice. Glendora objected to DiGiulio shouting objection to everything she asked Gelman. I asked him about 25 questions. Glendora said to Judge Evans, I object to DiGiulio answering the questions I am asking Gelman. Small claims is pro se turf. It is not a place for attorneys like DiGiulio. I said that to the judge. Glendora looked at Gelman intently and in silence for long periods. She knew he was lying. Glendora did not believe Gelman. Not only had he stolen her property, but now he was lying. And sin has many tools, but a lie is the handle that fits them all. Like DiGiulio, Gelman had sold his soul. Are his children proud of him? Or will he teach them the same lack of ethic? Franklin was very upset with Gelman's not telling the truth and with DiGiulio's wild behavior. Glendora felt that Gelman looked beaten to a pulp by DiGiulio. DiGiulio was very domineering. Glendora wondered if Gelman was sorry he ever hooked up with DiGiulio. Glendora tried to ask Gelman if he offered to settle. It is about there that Judge Evans says that will end it right there. No questions about settlement. You can't ask him about settlement. Then DiGiulio said he wanted redirect. Well, judge and court stenographer frowned. You mean you want cross? Plaintiff called the witness. DiGiulio bungled. That was right. DiGiulio made a big thing about how do you make a dub, and Gelman looked so silly and unprofessional, saying you push this button, and you go over here and you push that button, and he left out that you put the master into the player and that you put the raw stock into the recorder. It was also infantile, folks. Then DiGiulio made a big point. Tell the court how it is your policy not to return unsolicited tapes. DiGiulio is not fat, he has a flat stomach and all, but he talks like such a bloat and a blowhard that Glendora was surprised that he was not fat. Glendora is too fat, but with all these lawbreakers, she cannot get a chance to resolve to diet, to make a manual for salubrious eating, to do the grocery shopping for the same. And all we do is grab and snack stuff that is not good for you because we don't have time. And Franklin, on the other hand, is losing too much weight. He was down to 148, and Glendora is up to 165. There was nothing Glendora could do with a lying witness who kept prevaricating that he could not recall. She did not question Gelman long, maybe 10 minutes, so came the time for Glendora's summary and closing statement. Glendora said, first of all, she wanted to point out that her cause of action was getting lost here tonight. It was breach of contract. Glendora made an offer, Gelman accepted it, Glendora performed her part of the agreement, and Gelman breached. Glendora said that she would never have sent Gelman the tape if he had said he would never return it. Glendora said it was implied. Glendora said Gelman was liable for the cost of the tape. Glendora said the cost was not just for empty stock, that it was a work product. This is where Glendora told Judge Evans a judge has to be an expert as to who is lying and who is telling the truth. It must have been obvious to her Gelman was lying. Her closing argument, Glendora's, was short because she had not had time with all the audio tape queuing and logging to prepare more. DiGiulio got up and said the action was frivolous, had no merit, had no evidence, had no proof, that Gelman had made no promise to return the tape. He said that Gelman had put in a lot of time on this. Glendora said Gelman had his choice. If he didn't want to put in a lot of time on this, then just fess up and pay up. So much easier when you tell the truth. Life is so hard when you lie. DiGiulio asked for attorney fees. Judge Evans stopped him in her quiet way. Surely you know that there are no attorney fees for something and something, and I didn't hear it. It might have been for contract, or it might have been for small claims court. And so DiGiulio made a fool of himself again. And that was about it. Judge Evans said she reserved, and that in a few days the decision would be in the mail. Gelman, DiGiulio, and the unidentified woman left reasonably quickly. Glendora was fixated in a way, just sort of stood there. Then Glendora realized that they needed the courtroom, and she started packing up the 3 volumes of Gelman Lawbreaking. And packing up the audio tapes and everything else, and she left the paper that she asked the court stenographer for. Twice I asked her for it, and then I go away and leave it. And so the court stenographer gave it to her so that I could find out about the minutes. I'd love to get the minutes. They're probably too expensive, but I'd love to get them. There were 4 women and 3 men in the courtroom. That's just a statistic. So we got it together fast and made sure we had not left anything, had not taken any papers belonging to someone else. And as we headed for the door, Glendora said to the judge and the stenographer, "Did you hear what the judge said to the dentist?" And Judge Evans smiled, and says, "All right, what did the judge say to the dentist?" And Glendora said, "The judge said to the dentist, 'Do you swear to pull the tooth, the whole tooth, and nothing but the tooth?'" And Judge Evans laughed, and the court stenographer really laughed. She just needed to choke so badly, and then she really laughed a lot. Around 9 p.m. we exited the courtroom, got our recorders from the security guards, loaded the Lincoln, and sped to the FDR, the Willis Avenue Bridge, the Deegan, Cross County, and the Bronx River. Franklin had a lot to say, and so did Glendora. We had to stop at TCI Cable to pick up the camera, the recorder, the backpack full of accessories, and the videotape programs that had been edited while we were gone. It was a great sacrifice to miss our editing time we have had for 9 years, all because of the law-breaking of Michael Gelman and the lack of ethics. He has taken a big chunk out of our lives, which is not as long as what he has left. The programs were done thanks to the high standards of our friend. 1689 was done, 1690, 1691, and half of 1692. Glendora wanted to reward Franklin with his favorite cup of coffee and Dunkin' donut, or with another treat, but there was just no time. It was 10 p.m. Our bedtime is 9 p.m. We get up at 5 a.m. every morning. But the next day, though very late, he got his treats. We did not get to sleep until 11 p.m. That was 2 hours late. Glendora was not in good form. She could have done better because of so many audio tapes, because Gelman had let this go so long, 5 years. She had not had time to prepare her questions and her arguments, even though she had worked on the same a half an hour each day before trial for 2 weeks. The shock of its taking so long to cue up the tapes in the log really blew us over. Post-trial memorandum: there was no evidence, there were no tapes allowed, there was no log allowed, this was Glendora's case. Glendora had a witness, Gelman did not. Glendora had audio tapes, Gelman did not. Glendora had a log, Gelman did not. Glendora told the truth, Gelman lied. Glendora should have told the judge that Gelman had cost us 550 hours and that Gelman had cost us $85. This was a great hardship on two senior citizens. Franklin offered his life for his country on D-Day 1944. Did Gelman ever offer his life for his country? It was easy for him to come to Lower Manhattan. It was hard for us to make 6 trips to Manhattan from White Plains. Gelman had the easy end. Gelman never showed up in court until the trial. If Gelman had shown up in court instead of running away, the case very well may have been over much sooner and without trial. In this court, if this court rules in favor of Gelman, then it is ruling in favor of evil. This court should rule for the good guy. This court is here to do substantial justice. Gelman can cover it up in court, but not on television. He runs an office on unpaid interns taking advantage of their time and labor. Did Michael Gelman learn anything by this fight? Why did Gelman ignore so many telephone calls, maybe 200? Doesn't that tell the world something about Michael Gelman's standards? Coming to the phone just once would have saved Gelman a lot. Just 2 minutes coming to the phone would have saved him a lot. Glendora should have said that Gelman never contested over 5 years that he had not returned 2 VHS tapes. He never said we were wrong over 5 years. Glendora should have said that DeGiulio spent $150 for personal service of subpoena deuces take-em all the way up here in White Plains on a $120 lawsuit. And I don't have it down here, but I want to tell you at the end, I asked Judge Evans, do you have any questions you want to ask me, Judge? And she said in a very appealing and soft way that I understand that your videotape, your 2 videotapes were not returned to you, that you feel that you were damaged for money in the sum of $380, and that you made numerous oral demands for the videotapes. Glendora tried to ask Michael Gelman if he had got the subpoena Franklin left for him, but big-mouthed DeGiulio bellowing objection so loudly the point got lost. Franklin made clear his name was spelled with a Y. Glendora should have told DeGiulio to ask the questions in plain Anglo-Saxon terms. Glendora wants to know who that woman was who answered the calendar call, and why DeGiulio and Gelman were not there to answer as they should have been. Glendora missed saying her prayer, may the words of our mouths and the meditations of our hearts be acceptable unto you, our God, our strength, and our Redeemer. Glendora asked and never found out how DeGiulio and Gelman tied up to each other, why Gelman waited until the Friday before the first court appearance to engage counsel. DeGiulio, big mouth, prevented Glendora from finding out. DeGiulio made so many objections, and so loudly, it was obvious Glendora was touching upon sensitive spots, cover-ups. Nobody asked Glendora why she waited 5 years to sue Gelman. Well, Glendora did not know where Small Claims Court was in Manhattan. She didn't know how to do it in Manhattan, and she didn't know how to go about it. It was her amicus curiae friend in the United States Court of Appeals case against Cablevision who took Glendora to Small Claims Court. Glendora should have said that their asking to settle was proof of guilt. It was too bad Glendora did not have time to prepare properly because of trying to get the 120 audio tapes queued up and logged. Glendora should have cited the case about hearsay when she was precluded from entering her audio tapes and logs as evidence. I'll cite it to you in just a few minutes. When Judge Evans, in case of conflict, Glendora should have said small claims prevails. And when Judge Evans was not sure about the mileage fee, Glendora should have shown her the small claims book. She had it right there with her. Again, it was the pressure of getting the audio tapes ready, which was Glendora's case, and Judge Evans never admitted the evidence of the audio tapes. Glendora should have shown Judge Evans the 6 pages of the contents of each tape, what was said. That was the log that I showed you earlier, the logging. Glendora protested that small claims always before she was allowed to play her audio tapes. Proof. Glendora believes Michael Gelman lied under oath. Glendora believes Michael Gelman committed perjury, that he perjured himself. In her examination, Glendora asked him, "Are you under oath?" And he did not say, "I don't recall." That one he could say yes. The whole Michael Gelman behavior has caused us mammoth grief and has been a strain on our 40-year marriage, which we did not even have time to celebrate on Christmas Day 1994, largely in part because of Michael Gelman. When the judge was waiting for Tardy, DiGiulio, and Gelman, Glendora should have laid her papers in piles the way she had them sorted at home: contract law, small claims law, what to ask Gelman, what to ask DiGiulio, what to say about DiGiulio, the logging of the tapes, the log for 5 years, many more piles. I'll show them to you. But she got mixed up in the courtroom under the pressures. The judge asked the defendant, "Why did you park there?" And the defendant said, "There was a sign that said fine for parking." Glendora even had the small claims law with her, Article 18. She had 12 piles of paper she wanted to go through in court, and because of the confusion, she did not go through them. And here are the 12 piles of paper. Pretty color. These are the tapes that were screened each day and what number tape was screened. This is Glendora's log as to what happens each day on Michael Gelman. These are all of the law papers, the motion for summary judgment, the other motion for the 3 things, what happened in Judge Gant's court on January 10th. No, that would be December 5th. And this was her reply affidavit to DiGiulio's cross motion and Bigelow's cross motion. And this is what happened on Christmas 1989. I hope I don't think my monitor is giving the correct colors. Now this is my log over 5 years, and it's, you know, the information in there tells the case. And this is what was never presented. It was precluded, and I took exception to that ruling naturally. And here's what it says about hearsay. It says, Section 1804 says to do substantial justice in accordance with the principles of substantive law and are not bound by the rule of procedures, therefore consent to arbitrate agreements. And then it goes on and says, although hearsay, since in small claims hearings the court is not bound by rules of practice, pleading, or evidence to require small claimants to follow the CPR law and defeat the purpose of the small claims by causing inconvenience, increased costs, and prolonged proceedings. Well, let me go back to the hearsay. In other words, this is saying that the Judge Evans ruling was wrong about not playing the audio tapes because of hearsay and not reading the log because of hearsay. And that should not have come out that way. So if I have to appeal, that will be my big case there. So this is all about I had this copied, you know, I had this ready to say, and I never got a chance to say it because of the confusion. It was too far from me. And that small claims shall constitute simple, informal, and inexpensive procedure. Now, DiGiulio did cause me all of these things: inconvenience, increased costs, and prolonged proceedings. And I was all set to say that this was an ongoing, even if they had claimed that it was return of chattel with a 3-year statute. I had them there because this was a renewed claim. It was renewed every single month or week over a period of 5 years. these are the questions that I should have said that I wanted to ask Gelman, and I couldn't find them at the time, so I had to do it all ad lib. These were points that I should have made and didn't. Here are other points that I had underlined that I should have made and didn't. There's quite a few of those. There's 2 or 3 on a page. This is what I should have said about DiGiulio and Bigelow and the questions I should have asked them. This is all the points about why this was a contract, why it was, that it was breached, and that Michael Gelman was liable. I didn't get a chance to use this. Here is the small claims book, and right here is the thing about the mileage under subpoenas. It's right here. And I should have whipped that out and shown it to Judge Evans. And here I even had the small claims law. This is the small claims law, Article 18. And this was Judge Schaefer's decision, which I should have shown, because I really had the feeling that Judge Evans did not have the file in front of her. She kept picking up the half a sheet of paper. I really think that's all she had in front of her. And then I should have shown these. These are the logs of what is on every audio tape, the date, and who answered the phone. So I should have shown that. Now, I'm going to read you what Franklin had to say about it. These are his shorthand notes. Franklin is a former newspaper reporter, and when you're a newspaper reporter, it's very good to know shorthand. 37 years he was a newspaper reporter. So Franklin writes that Judge Evans quickly turned back DiGiulio's effort to bring other Glendora lawsuits into the case. DiGiulio was taken aback by Glendora's calling Gelman as a witness. He had to prime Gelman as best he could in a few minutes. Gelman's failure to come to the phone and to return calls over a long period gives a negative impression to his directness and forthrightness. Judge Evans sees the folly of Gelman and DiGiulio, representatives of a high-spending entertainment medium, resisting paying a paltry sum like $190 times 2, especially after they offered to pay. She also upholds, as Judge Evans, the objection by Glendora to include ABC in capital cities in the release. By including the claim for the second tape and amending the amount to $380, Judge Evans may have seen an opportunity for compromising her decision by awarding $190 and seeming to favor both sides. In other words, Franklin is saying she'll just award only $190, and that shows favor for Gelman. No high degree of proof, as courts see it, was offered by either side. It is the word of one side against the other. So this emphasizes the judge utilizing the test of who is telling the truth and who is the truth and reaching her decision. Judge Evans spent a long time on the trial, made necessary chiefly by the defendant's unfair release form, so that this is a factor in favor of the plaintiff in reaching a decision. Judge Evans was understanding of the positions and efforts by both sides to guide the presentation of the case. As Franklin commented, she recognized that DiGiulio was a lawyer doing his ugly work. Remember that quote. That's a good statement, Franklin. That DiGiulio was a lawyer doing his ugly work. Just like Kalaji is a lawyer doing his ugly work. Just like Strickland is a lawyer doing her ugly work. Just like Bigelow is a lawyer doing her ugly work. DiGiulio said he included ABC and Cap Cities in his proposed release because he feared lawsuits against them and he had to protect his clients. Judge Evans said these entities had no place in the release because Was unable to be more specific about who had the tape or where in the office it might have been. He did acknowledge that I am in charge of my office. Gelman said he has no recollection of what was on the tape, said it was a long time ago and that he looks at thousands of tapes. Gelman had no idea of dates except what he had heard in court tonight. Oh, and I also questioned him extensively about his statement that there were movie clips on the tape. Now, what do you mean by movie clips? And DiGiulio was objecting so boisterously that nobody could tell. And so Gelman really didn't answer my questions, and it was because of DiGiulio obstructing justice. Gelman said he asked an intern to return the tape, and I was told it had been returned. He said he had no proof that it was returned. Gelman had no idea of the dates except what he had heard in court that night. Okay, that's it. As I say, we're up to 3 volumes here. And because of the crush, Glendora did not have time to keep up the log, so resume now on the trial day, February 23rd, 1995, Thursday. I scampered and hurried as fast as I could to queue up and log the tapes up to 3 p.m. I started at 6 a.m., and that was all the time I had, got as far as tape 77. So it took me, how many hours were spent on Gelman on Thursday, February 23rd, the day of the trial? 25. And so that brings the total up to 538 hours that Franklin Glendora spent on this man who does not have the ethics to return somebody else's property. Glendora spent all day Friday queuing up and logging Gelman audio tapes, even though it was too late. I still had to finish the job I started, and so all day Friday, from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m., I queued up audio tapes and logged them 77 to 120. And that brought the time on Gelman up to 549 hours, all over $120. Glendora spent Saturday 4 hours writing out what happened in court Thursday night. Now the time is up to 553 hours. On Sunday, we went to church and worked 26 hours on the cross motion, Bryant, not to dismiss my complaint in Glendora versus Cablevision, the complaint that was authored on December the 6th, 1993. And it was the Glendora versus Cablevision case that was the oral argument on September 20th, the day I went over to small claims court with Robert Perry and filed my small claims against Gelman. Now, what are the costs on Gelman? Add another $9 travel, wear and tear to Manhattan court, $85 we spent on Gelman, and 553 hours. On Monday, February the 27th, we were working on United States Supreme Court, Charles Dolan, and the Bryant motion, do not dismiss my complaint, and also on Judge Wood and Cousins manipulating the Judge Wood court, and Judge Wood reversing his decision because Cousins told him to, of no tapes. It was reversed. And that was manipulation of the court, and we protested that all over the state of New York. Judge Kay, Judge Trafficante, Judge Malonis, Judge Ingracia. March the 1st, yesterday, was Ash Wednesday at 7 a.m. We went to the church service and breakfast. And I videotaped in the morning a whole lot, and at noon I went to the Episcopal Church in Harrison, and there were the ashes and communion. And in the afternoon I edited at White Plains. There was no time to do Gelman, so today I started Gelman, videotaping it around 7:15 a.m. and then I had to go and type it, the rest of it, what happened, and that took 4 hours. And then I've been videotaping on it ever since 12:15 p.m. and now it's 1:47 p.m. And what's the latest count on the hours? 559. So it's like 562 now. And that's it. That's up to date as to what has happened on Michael Gelman. And now I'm going to play you the audio tapes, and I'll play you the first 10. Think of the economy, John was asked. And he said, well, it's pretty bad. And Eddie says, well, I heard one economist say that it was going to pick up the last quarter. And Eddie says, well, it's good because I'm down to my last quarter. And you've heard people say that teenagers don't know the value of a dollar. They do. That's why they ask for 10. And there are a lot of things that money can't buy. For instance, what it bought 10 years ago. It gives me great pleasure to toss Michael Gelman into a WNBC TV envelope. That's volume 3, all over $120. I can tell you that I called the court, the Manhattan City Court, on Monday, and there was no decision as yet. And I called on Tuesday, and there was no decision. And Wednesday, I never had a chance to call, and I called this morning, and there's no decision yet. How do we go about these? We've got to take them all. $6.50 and $5.92. All audio tapes with their indices. Until we get way down to the bottom. This is 101, audio tape 101. Here's some audio tapes of Larkin and that I had ready to go Monday when Cousins backed down, and I got Judge Wood to vacate his decision. Okay, so 90 comes up to 101. All right, I'll dig down until I find the first 10 audio tapes. Those 3 video cassettes you see in the background, the one to the far right is the 3/4 inch master, and there's a 3/4 inch dub, and there's a VHS dub. And then here are the 120 audio tapes. So here is the first one. See how it goes.
Morning, 9495. Oh, Calvin, how you doing? Good. How were your days off? Okay.
What's up?
Very good. What's up? Just a second. I put you in the upholstered chair. You're sitting comfortably in the upholstered chair. Did you get the videotape, Doug Kaneka?
Oh, you sent it in my name?
Yeah.
No, I haven't gotten it yet.
Okay, you should have got it maybe yesterday.
Well.
Even though you were closed, it was UPS.
Right.
Okay. And then, could you kind of give us a time for Ace this weekend?
Okay. As soon as I find out.
Okay. And did you mail back our VHS of Gelman, for Gelman?
Yeah, he hasn't given that to me. I'll hit him up again. All right.
Oh, okay. And what do you have for sale for $3,000?
Did you mail back our videotape for Gelman, and he hasn't something? What did he say? He hasn't done that yet, and I'll have to hit him up again, is what he said. Okay.
I haven't received my $120 from Michael Gelman. I need $120. You lost my videotape, and I need $120. Who is Michael Gelman's supervisor? Who is Michael Gelman's supervisor?
Have a pleasant day. Bye.
He won't answer now, see? Won't answer. Running away.
Hello, I want $120 for my videotape that was lost.
Until I give you an answer, I will start harassing.
I want
third time.
Clark, may I help you?
I want $120 for the videotape you lost.
Just hang up.
Live. I want $120 for the videotape that you lost. I'll call again and I'll record it.
And so that went on for 5 years. Okay.
I'll keep my eyes peeled for it.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Mr. Gelman.
And who are you, sir?
Well, we sent a tape into him, and it was never returned. And if it were lost, the cost is $120. And we'd appreciate having that from him. Will you give him that message?
Bye-bye.
That was July the 23rd, Monday. Michael Gelman.
Oh, we will. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Brad.
I'll talk to you.
Yeah, bye.
Yes, we'd like to be reimbursed $120 for the videotapes that Michael Gelman lost.
Looking for help.
Please hold, he said. These are interns. Different one every week.
Bye, can I help you?
Yes, we'd like to be reimbursed $120 for the videotapes that Michael Gelman lost.
Oh, somebody's taking care of that. Thank you.
$120 for the videotape that Michael Gelman lost.
Name and number, please.
The name is Glendora. The number is 914-949-9495.
How long ago did you send it?
3 months ago.
How long ago did you send it? 3 months
Morning,
ago.
9495.
Takes so long to cue these up.
August the 9th, 1990. I have received $120 that Michael Gelman owes me for having lost my videotape.
Okay, please hold.
Mr. Moynihan, read.
One pile done. 1 to 5.
Hello, Live. Hi, I haven't received the $120 that Michael Gelman owes me for not returning my videotape.
Okay, Michael is on vacation. He'll be back in a week.
Doesn't make any difference, okay? It should be taken care of. Call is being recorded. I have not received my $120.
Okay, so...
Michael Gelman owes me. Don't give me that excuse. You take care of it.
Okay, then, thank you.
Then go to his supervisor.
Okay, bye.
He's on vacation.
Who are you talking about? I don't know who that is, sir. Maybe... Well, anyway, Michael Gelman owes him $120 because he lost his videotape and we haven't received it yet. And this is Glendora. We still haven't received $120 so he owes us. A little later on, the devil climbed to the top at the movie and Joe left when he swung the box office went down at a stage. You were talking about my relationship. Good morning. Good morning. I haven't received the $120 that Michael Gelman owes me for the videotape that he didn't return. This is Glendora.
About that. Back.
I will not.
Call Tuesday when he
Give
comes
it
back.
to the supervisor. Give it to his supervisor. That's a cop-out and you're not going to get away with it. No, I haven't received the $120 that he owes me. Get the message to his supervisor. Who is his supervisor?
No answer.
Yes, Harold Jones, please. Glendora is calling.
September 7, 1990. Friday,
September the 8th, 1990, Saturday.
$20 from Michael Gelman for the
120.
videotape that was lost there.
All right, well, no one's in the office right now. You said Glendora?
Yes, Glendora, Glendora. Would you tell Michael Gelman?
What's the last name?
It's just the one name, Miss Glendora.
$125?
$120.
120?
Yes.
For a video?
For a videotape, yes. So would you ask him to do something about that?
Okay.
And your name?
My name's Gina. What's your name?
Gina.
My name.
Okie dokie.
Monday, September 17th. Monday, September 17th, 1990.
I received $120 from Michael Gelman.
Okay, thank you.
Well, they lost the tape. What's going to be done about it?
Live.
And what's going to be done about it?
I don't know, ma'am. Okay, thanks for calling. Bye-bye.
This is no way to take care of the call. I'll just call again.
Live.
We'll put somebody on who does know.
Ma'am, I'm the only one that knows, okay? Everybody's out on business until the 24th. Thanks for calling. Bye-bye.
Yes, Michael Gelman, supervisor, please.
Sorry, they're all away on business.
No.
That's ridiculous. I don't believe it.
Okay, well,
Michael Gelman, supervisor, please.
he's away on business, ma'am.
Michael Gelman, supervisor.
They're all away, ma'am.
Well, who's that then? The general manager?
Yeah, they're all away.
Okay. Give me the number, please, for the general manager.
Ma'am, you've got the right office.
Yeah, this is really the recording really says this is the right office. The number, please, for the general manager. I think it's probably good enough.
Bye.
Bye. It was 4 calls.
Bye.
12:07, please. 12:07 p.m. Please give me the number of the general manager.
Hold on, please.
She puts me on hold. She's going to give me the number of the general manager. Now listen to this. General manager. Listen to this.
Hold on, please.
How these people lie. See, we asked her to connect us to the general manager. So we hung up. ABC, telephone repair. That in place of the general manager. And that's the first 10.
Good morning, Live. May I help you?
Yes, good morning. Michael Gelman, please. Glendora's calling.
Okay, I'm sorry. He stepped away. He stepped so down on the set. Is it okay if I take a message for him?
Yes, would you please send me the $120 from my videotape, which was not returned?
Hold on 1 second, please. Where's Michael's book? Okay, I'm sorry. Your name is Glenn Morris?
Glendora, Glendora.
Mm-hmm.
And my number's 914 949 9495.
9495. And can you just tell me what the tape is?
Yes, it was a tape of Glendora, A Cheerful Look at Life.
Sorry, tape of Glendora.
A Cheerful Look at Life.
Okay. Did he request it?
It was a VHS
Did he request it?
videotape. Yes, he did request it.
Okay, you want it sent back. Can I have your address, please?
Box 532.
1532.
Yeah, box. Post office box 132.
532.
Box 132.
Oh, no, 532.
Ginny.
Post office box 532. Scarsdale, New York. 10583.
10583. And if he doesn't send it back to you, it's $120.
Yes, please.
Okay.
And your name is what?
My name is Cheryl Murphy. I'm one of the interns.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Cheryl, one of the interns.
Live. Hello. Haven't received my $120. On the videotape that Michael Gelman lost. $120. This was Michael Gelman's office at
This is Friday, September 28th, 1990. Friday, September 28th.
Friday, September 28th, 1990.
How are you?
All right.
That was yesterday. Today is September the 29th, 1990, Saturday, a red letter day. September the 30th, there wasn't any telephoning. The church, the errands, the picnic, and the $1,100 check to mail. This is October the 1st, 1990. It's a new month, it's a new week, and it's a new day, and it's a red letter day. Sent to her.
I'm sorry, did Glendora?
$120, yes, Glendora, Glendora.
Oh, okay.
And there was a videotape that was lost months ago, and he's never sent the $120.
All right, I'll give him a message.
And your name is
My name's Dina.
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 Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
He may be in the studio that's calling. Glendora.
He may be in the studio.
Yes, $120 he has to send me for losing my videotape.
Okay, it's after 10 o'clock. You should call back. We're ready to put the show on. We're getting ready to put the show on.
Okay, tell him right now, not after 10 o'clock. Okay, I've waited for this long enough.
He's rehearsing, ma'am.
Tell him now.
He's rehearsing.
Tell him now. I've waited for this long enough. It's like 6 months. That was Michael Gelman's office on October 15th, 1990, Monday. Locks office, WPIX TV, still no tape.
Hello, live.
Hi, is Michael Gelman there, please?
Who's calling, please?
This is Glendora, and I want my $120.
Oh, okay. Hold on just a second, please.
I want my $120 that he owes me for having lost my videotape, my property. Jeff, there, please? Jeff will not get the phone until I find out what... Please tell Michael Gelman to see Glendora on Channel 11 on the 10 p.m. news every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday.
What channel?
11, WPIX TV.
Channel 11 at 10 p.m.
10 p.m. news.
What are you doing?
A commercial with a joke in it.
Commercial with a
42, and One Sports is 5, and the Today Show, November the 23rd, day after Thanksgiving, 1995.
Glendora, $120 for the tape that he lost, the videotape that he lost. Would you give him that message, please?
Dollars?
Sure, I will. No problem.
Oh, thank you, thank
He
you.
called back and repeated it.
That was Michael Gelman's office on November 28th, Wednesday, November 28th, 1990. Taking the videotape, he had to be on the air on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon.
This may be the wrong side. Looks like we missed on this one. It's 95.1. Yeah, it's 95.1. Find that one. What it was is I have not received $120 from Michael Gelman. Send it for what? For a videotape he lost, and it was Sue. And also Glendora's on TV somewhere. Okay, this one.
A week has gone by and Michael Gelman has not paid his bill.
A year's gone by and Michael Gelman has not paid his bill. The first 20. And now I have to dress up and go over to TCI and edit. We have something like 5 or 6 half-hour programs to edit.
1990, a nice rainy day.
Hi, Kate.
We've had 40 days of sunny, bright, blue skies, beautiful day. Hey, 495. Is this B&B Blueprint?
No, it isn't B&B Blueprint. I get so tired of that wrong number.
Hi, David Weiss.
Hi, Glendora.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Did the letter go out?
No, I informed your assistant, whoever that gentleman was, that we were sending it. We'll send you an invoice. It's not quite a letter, but an invoice.
Okay, has that gone out?
I don't know. I've asked Pat Burke. Well, I believe it has, actually. I'm not sure.
Okay, I looked
This is an ABC company.
Okay, well, I hope you get everything you want in 1991.
Right, well, Happy New Year to you. All the best for a wonderful New Year, Glendora.
Oh, thanks a lot, David. So that's going to be how much for Dub from...
Did he say $200?
Yeah, 1 inch to 3/4.
And that's $200.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes, thanks very much. I look forward to it.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
You hear that, Sarah Lee Kessler? That it's $200 for a dub? My 600 watt light just burned out, and that's too bad because it costs $30 for a bulb. And so you and I are going to play this in just on a nice, beautiful, sunlit day.
Want to hear today's joke?
This tape.
How I should go about it now?
Not really, other than talking to,
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think he's got a VHS machine.
Okay.
I'm going. This is Michael Katz.
Other than talking to, the new program director over there.
Okay.
That's really it, I'm afraid.
That's really it. Now, what would I do? Would I say that I've got these jokes and I'd like to know if you'd look at them?
I suppose. Yeah.
And then send him a tape?
Yep.
Can he take a VHS or?
Yeah, I think he's got a VHS machine.
Okay. It's all right.
Okay.
Just sort of pick up like that, huh?
That's the only thing I can suggest.
Okay, how you doing today?
Fine.
Oh, that's good.
Michael Katz was the predecessor
Okay, Michael.
of Michael Gelman.
Look.
Well,
Ella, here's what I did. I went to WABC TV yesterday, and they made me a 1-inch dub from their 2-inch cart.
Of the same spot?
Yeah.
Oh, they had it there?
Yeah. Well, they have a 2-inch cart.
Yeah. Okay.
You remember how they made the 2-inch cart from the 3/4 inch? Right. So they had it. Yeah, so that's good. And then I took the 1-inch down to WNBC TV, and they're going to screen it this afternoon. So if it's okay, then everything's all right.
You know what, if I may suggest one more, what they want to do is always keep a good master in your office.
Well, how would you do that? Like I make them on, I have them edited on 3/4 inch.
Right.
So then what would you do to send you?
Well, if you had them on 3/4, I would always ask for have a copy of that made, or if you can, well, it's kind of,
On 3/4?
whatever, yeah, that's not 3/4. Just so that, see, here's the rule is to never send out your only copy, because it could be lost in shipping, it could be damaged in shipping, or it's conceivable, as it looks like what may have happened, when it's put into a tape machine, it could be creased. copy.
So, do you think that you would lose much if you went from the 3/4-inch master to another 3/4-inch?
Real something, but at least you'll have your commercial intact without a crease on it. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
Ginny in her
or
box.
It could be lost by UPS. I mean, always keep a copy of it.
What I have to bear in mind is why I sent the master all the time is that I got to get it to pass WNBC TV.
Right, yeah.
Do you think I'd lose that much going
Clear.
from 3/4 to 3/4 and having the 1-inch made from the second 3/4?
No, I'm saying send the master, and hopefully nothing will happen, and then you will just get it cleaned up in the master. But if it did get lost or damaged, at least you have a backup tape.
Oh, you say send the master, but leave. But is the backup tape going to be good enough?
Well, it should be better than a tape or a tape that's lost. At least you'll have a copy of the commercial. You know?
Yeah, but is it any good for anything on a second generation?
Yeah, well, it depends on
How bad is the second generation 3/4?
you're better off to not have to go down another generation, but if that's all you have, that's better than nothing, you know, and you have to hope that, you know, it technically meets the standards of whoever's going to air it.
Well, apparently it didn't lose much from going to 3/4 to 2-inch, and from 2-inch back to 1-inch, right?
What time did it lose anything, you say?
Apparently it didn't, right?
No, well, 2 inches is high quality.
Yeah.
But still, anytime you make a dub of anything, you know, you're still going another generation, and it's going to show.
Well, I don't see how that any crease got in there, because I sent that out, it was perfect.
Even sometimes in the cold, you know, it's shipped and it's cold.
Yes?
There's so many different variables. There's so many different things that can cause a problem.
Okay. So I was glad that WABC did that for me.
WABC did
And
that
they
for
took
me.
me all around the traffic department and all around the sales service department, introduced me to everybody. Yeah, it was nice. So I hope this afternoon it clears WNBC TV. Yeah.
I gotta run.
You gonna run?
She says, I gotta run. She got to run in her stocking.
Okay, the boss
back. I
says
have
he's
to
a
answer the
self-made
phone.
man, but he said if he just heat him up.
Thought I had a weekend schedule here, but I don't.
That was Brad Sachs on the phone.
I would say probably about...
And I told him about the Brian
And the
report.
hours are 12 to 6. 12p to 6p.
This is FAF at WNBC
Okay,
TV.
Alexander, that's good. We've been doing pretty well. That's a very good competitive price. We've been doing pretty well with clients putting them on Sunday afternoon WABC TV, which doesn't have the strong sports schedule that you do.
No, it's got the movies you can use, yes.
Yeah, but they do have sports, you know, some Sunday afternoons.
That's a small sports schedule.
No, it's not the strong sports schedule you have, which makes it good for these clients because a lot of people watch the movies.
Did very well last night. And then up at the Giant game, with a 25 rating.
25 rating?
That's a big
Really?
rating.
Yeah.
And the... You grow up might be like...
I'm sorry.
You know, it'll only take like 10 minutes.
Glendora. How are you, Frank? How's the world treat? Okay.
Okay?
Bye.
Bye.
This is Franklin Buell, Glendora. How are you, Frank? How's the world treating you? Kind of busy. Oh, well, that's the way to be. Yep.
What do you do these days, Phil?
I'm doing everything, I think.
Yeah?
Yep.
Phil Buell
Up
says
and
it.
down.
Yeah?
I'm running late night as well as daytime now.
Oh, you are?
Yep.
Daytime?
I don't mean daytime. Good Morning America.
Oh, okay. You're doing late night, too. What shows are those, Phil?
Well, the only one we have on now is that Rick Dees out of Hollywood after Nightline.
What's it called?
Rick Dees, T-E-S.
Oh, okay.
To the night.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yep.
How's your health?
Phil Buell was a lifetime friend, lifetime friend of mine.
Are you going to tell the kids how you...
When I was on General Electric, WRGB, Schenectady and Troy and Albany, Phil Buell was a student at Union College. And he worked as a page at General Electric WRGB Channel 6 when I had the SS Glendora on the TV. And he used to run errands for me. And then he went to the competition channel 10 there in Albany, and became a lifetime friend of Thomas Murphy, who bought ABC Cap Cities and now owns it. And so Phil was a right-hand man of Thomas Murphy, and he came down to New York. I sent him a videotape. In fact, I sent him two, and he returned his. But Michael Gelman did not. So you see the difference between Phil Buth and Michael Gelman. Ethics, responsibility, maturity, society.
Set to be cable cast at 8:30 tonight. It's all set? Yes, I mean, it's all scheduled, right? Yep.
Wrong side, sorry.
Oh, dark and windy, isn't it? Huh? Yeah.
Pretty bad. It would change. One of these days it might.
Yeah. Now, we're all set. All the TV station requires is that you write them a letter, and I'll tell you what to say. Okay, you write the letter to Calvin Norman. Calvin is C-A-L-V-I-N. N-O-R-M-A-N.
He's my salesman at
And
WABC
he's
TV.
at WABC TV. 7 Lincoln Plaza.
7?
Yeah, 7 Lincoln Plaza. That's because they're Channel 7.
Because they're what?
Channel 7. And that would be New York, New York. One TV has a habit of throwing away tapes. So if you would watch it very carefully, just as soon as they make their cart, this is what TAC used to do for us. Okay. Just as soon as they make their cart, you get the tape, and please send it right back to us. Okay. Thanks. And then, we're aiming for the 23rd.
Right.
Sunday.
Right.
So if everything goes well.
And what's the other one?
Ace Flower.
Wow, right. Okay. But we'll need 1-inch tapes to clear not to clear them, to put them on the air.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay, now wait, was there something else? Yeah, General Sewer goes on the air this Sunday, right? And was there anything else? And you got your check, right?
Yeah.
You got the check for Ace Flower.
Right.
Okay.
In a minute.
I have a whole big pile of cards for you.
This is Calvin Norman,
I think that's pretty close to what it
my
was.
salesman at
That's nice. You
WABC
got it.
TV Channel 7,
I know. I have another list.
Glendora TV ads.
Calvin, you did receive Ace videotape and check. Okay. Do you know if General is clear?
No, not yet. I have to go back. I haven't seen him today.
Lisa was going to look at it yesterday morning, she said.
That's cool. I don't know. I haven't spoken with them yet.
Okay.
What else? Oh, yes. I got a reprimand from my management.
A reprimand?
Yes, I have to get the rates up. I have to go up.
Yeah, I can imagine you do.
Yeah, I got to go to 350.
Yeah, well, that's good. You won't have to bother with me then much longer.
Okay.
Because I can't, these people don't think. Now, let me get this down. You want, get the price down. You want $350 for what?
Weekend. Miscellaneous weekend.
Like weekend, Saturday, Sunday afternoon?
Right.
And does that include the morning movie, Sunday?
Yep.
Okay. So that's the lowest
Yeah.
you go, huh?
Yep.
Okay. What else have you got?
That's about it.
What else you got for prices? Anything?
Well, everything is more expensive than that. To go from there.
Yeah.
He has a good voice, doesn't he?
Okay, well, I'll quote it to people, but I don't think we'll come up with anything.
All right.
Now, okay, anything else?
No, that's it.
Now listen.
Now, here's your list. Okay. We're in pretty good shape here. Look, you got a lot of check marks here. You got everything done. General Sewer. Now, you're holding General Sewer in your hand? Did you ever give it to Lisa?
Yeah, I'll give them both to her now.
Oh, you never gave it to her?
Yeah.
Oh, because until you give it to her, she can't screen it.
That's true. But until we get a 1-inch, we can't air it.
Yeah, well, get it above the accepted stage.
All right.
And then let's see, weekend spot, okay. I'm going through this list here. Jaffis is this Sunday also, Calvin.
Yeah, they've been scheduled.
And what I was wondering is about, would you give me some times?
I'll take a look at that, yeah. I'll talk to you before Friday.
You will? Okay. And, oh, yes, Mr. Gelman, did you get the
Oh, right.
VHS to him?
Yeah. Let me go. I haven't spoken with him yet.
Oh, you haven't got the tape to him yet?
No, I haven't spoken with him.
Oh, but you did take the tape, huh? You did? That's marvelous. When was that?
Earlier this week.
Really, Calvin? Oh, thanks very much for doing that. Okay, then we're still down to square one.
Yep.
With General.
Yep.
But you will take General and Ace to Lisa.
So that's the trials and tribulations of getting a commercial on the TV, on Channel 7 WABC TV. One of the biggest in the country. One of the three biggest in the country.
All right, so Sunday 1 to 2, you can't take 200.
Sunday 1 to 2, no, I really need to raise that too because we just don't, it's like I'm telling you, I only have that 2 hours on Saturday and the morning movie and then that early afternoon on Sunday and that's it.
Because on account of you have sports.
Exactly.
Okay. So, all right. Now, let me just go through all the accounts. We got Jaffis all counted for and all paid for. And we got Steve's video, that's all paid for. And then we got General. And that's what you have there, and that's paid for too. Okay. And then we have Ace Flower. And I'm sending you that 3/4 to look to screen it on. And I'm sending the money today. Okay, that's good. How'd you make out with Michael Gelman?
He's still down at the show, so yes,
You didn't see him Friday. Okay, that's wonderful for you to try to do that. So that was a long list, and I think that's it, don't you?
No.
I think that's it, don't you?
Yep.
All righty. All right.
He's still down at the show. So you haven't seen him yet? No. Ginny, did you want to come up and see those people? Come here, honey. Come here, baby. So that's the first 30.
It's $1,000 on a Sunday afternoon down there in your area.
Gelman is coming up. Colin Gelman is coming up.
Today is 1991, January the 30th. The temperature is 46 degrees.
January 30th, 1991.
To Glendora that he owes for the tape that was lost.
$120 for Glendora.
Tape that was lost some time ago. He's supposed to send $120. And the address is Post Office Box 532, Scarsdale, New York.
Box 532?
Yes, Scarsdale.
Box 532?
10583.
10583.
I want to hear your name, sir.
My name is Ron Christopher.
Okay, what's your phone number?
914-949-9495.
We find that, well, they have forms that they have to fill out down there to make a formal application. Oh, I don't know. In bankruptcy court, I don't know if you're familiar with that.
That's an old Scott Lord tape. Wrong side, excuse me.
He needs to add an area code to his phone number.
Calvin Norman again. WABC TV, Channel 7.
My point is this, is that it says clearly that it's on Elm Road in Newark, and anybody would know that the area code's 201.
No, anybody.
Yeah, people aren't that dumb.
All right.
So, that's the message to the connector from Calvin Norman at WABC TV.
Right.
Okay, I'll turn that on. Okay, here's a message for Pat Donatos, Ace Forrest, from WABC TV, Channel 7 New York, Calvin Norman. Okay, Calvin.
All right.
Now, you say, what about their connector? Well, what is Lisa's telephone number, please? Do you have that?
Lisa Pack,
Yes, please.
887-320-5555. traffic. I just called.
Okay. And what's John's telephone number, please?
887-3215.
Okay. Now, the matter of Gelman's videotape. Did Gelman send you back my VHS videotape?
I thought Calvin sent you that back already, didn't he?
No.
No?
No.
What'd she say?
See, I can't.
Now, the matter of Gelman's videotape. Did Gelman send you back my VHS videotape?
I thought Calvin sent you that back already, didn't he?
No.
No?
No.
See, I can't, you know, I'm trying to be in the middle, but I'm not getting involved.
Would you get my VHS, please, from Gelman?
I try, okay, I'm not in that department. I want to try to get it.
Thanks.
Okay. Listen, Allison, I think you should talk to Calvin.
I'm trying to talk to Calvin, but he isn't there. He isn't there.
Did you get my videotape back from Galvin? Well, I thought that Calvin Norman took care of
What
it.
is his
No.
telephone number,
No.
please? Do you have that?
Would you please get my videotape back from Gelman? Yes, I will try. You want to know the date of that? January the 21st. No, wrong. It is about March the 1st, 1991, just about 4 years ago. March the 1st was Wednesday, and this is Friday of this year. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and let's see what we have here. Gelman, side 2.
A videotape that Calvin Norman gave him?
I'm not sure about that. Hold on a second.
Well, I am sure about it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Is Mr. Gelman there?
Mr. Gelman's still in the studio. Take a message for him.
Gelman's in the studio. Can I take a message for him?
Yeah, I wonder if he would send Glendora back her VHS tape that Calvin Norman gave.
This is the second VHS tape.
Calvin Norman works for WABC TV. Hello? Please send me back my VHS. This is live at WABC TV, and it's April the 2nd, 1990. I have not received my VHS.
We sent it back, and that is that.
That is a lie. You did not send it back.
How can you tell if I'm lying or not? There's no proof. You're accusing me of...
What proof do you have that you sent it?
My word is my truth, and that is that.
Your word? I haven't believed a thing that you've said yet. Will you please send me back my videotape and stop stealing it? Show me the proof that it was mailed out to me 2 weeks ago. I haven't received it. Show me the proof. Show me the proof that you mailed it. Anyway, find it and send it back to me. Find it and send it back to me.
Can't hear her.
And you're stealing my videotape.
I sent it back, and
Send
that's
it back to me. Have you received Glendora's second letter? The interim trustee, he told him that you had all the books, but that the books, that your place caught on fire. And all the
This is
books
about
were-
Scott
Do you have
Lord.
any records on him?
I don't know. Don't know what I have. Right.
Well, if you can
151.
find records on him.
I'm sure we got records on it. We didn't turn him over to,
Well, if you've got his books,
whatever the guy, whatever he did, he may have kept him at his office. He may not have brought it back. I don't remember.
well, if you do, if you can produce
Must be the
books,
wrong side.
Day service, Buell.
only,
Right.
and no Glendora.
This is by Monday. I guarantee you will be out of there.
The further thing, Colleen, is how the heck did it ever get in there in the first place? Nobody ever called me and asked.
Like Arlene said, somebody supposedly called you, and that's the information I have here.
And I would never say yes.
Okay, that's what I'm going to put down. I'm going to say this is not a valid order, you know, under Glendora's name. And I will reinstate Buell as 6-day only. You will not receive a Sunday copy this weekend.
Oh, that's Gannett newspapers about, they messed up
The
the
problem has been getting the double paper.
delivery.
Don't worry about it, because I'm not going to, you don't
However, that was
say Buell's account. I will straighten it out to my best ability. What?
microfiche.
Well, I'll play that back. It's good to hear her laugh.
Questions, you can always refer back to me.
Good. Now I'll tell you today's joke. And first of all, let me thank you. Today's joke. What do you call a miniature guppy?
What?
Microfiche.
Oh, that's cute.
Okay, thanks, Iggy.
Oh, you're welcome.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
We have one more resort. We're going to have UPS do a check, okay?
Michael
But you didn't
Katz,
say UPS, did you?
Elise.
There's a possibility it went UPS.
Oh, okay.
That's up to our mailroom how they decide to send things that day.
This is Michael
I have
Katz.
no idea how they send things.
Okay, so we're going to check.
So what I want from you is this exact information. I want the exact spelling of your name, your exact address, and the exact name of the program.
Glendora.
One word?
Yeah.
Your last name would not have been on it?
No.
All right, Glendora. All right. Address?
222, 222,
Yeah.
East Park Avenue,
Right.
White Plains, New York,
Yep.
10604.
And the exact title of the program.
Glendora, a cheerful look at life. 10 minutes long. VHS.
Michael Katz office, Elise secretary.
Okay.
That sounds good, Elise.
All right?
Yes, that sounds very
This is
good.
the last resort. I mean, you know, after this, no more phone calls. There's nothing else I can do about it after that, okay?
Oh, it isn't okay.
When did you mail this to Michael?
Michael Katz.
I would say 2 months ago.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So beginning of February, end of January?
Today is April 4th. Subtract 2 months would be
Yes.
February 4th.
All right, anything else?
What year?
Okay.
Okay, Elise.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, thank you very much. Bye.
Just got to find the year
The
for it.
commercial, you're going to see you had great results from it. You're going to continue to run it, and we're going to have a good TV account.
I would assume that's 1991. This tape that I'm going to play you is Bob Rich, and Bob Rich is the owner of Rich Products. You know, Rich Frozen Eclairs and Rich Coffee Mate and Farm Rich and all those good products which we use because we don't like to use animal products. And he did an interview on the show, and then I asked him, did you want a copy of the interview, and it's $120. And the reason I play this for you and wanted to play it for the court is that it establishes, there's so many tapes here that establish that that was my price for a VHS with a production, $120. Sorry, that's not the tape.
Michael's on vacation. Can you call back on Monday?
No, thanks. Will you look for the VHS and return it to me?
What tape was it?
It's a VHS of Glendora. Glendora.
Glendora and,
Okay?
Glendora. Is this Glendora?
Glendora.
State the chapter and verse.
it's illegal to record a telephone conversation. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Glendora, may I have a number for you so I can have Michael Gelman call you back?
That'll be the day.
Well, that's the little boy who said it's illegal.
There's no little boy here. Can I help you?
Tell him to state the chapter and the verse and what law.
Yeah, where is it illegal?
Chapter, verse, and what law? Ma'am, I'm taking a message from Michael Gelman. May I help you?
The little boy said it's illegal. Tell him to state the chapter and the verse. Read me the law.
I know nothing about this, Miss Glendora.
It's not
May I have the
illegal
number
to take
so I
the
can have
telephone
Mr. Gelman
conversation.
Get back to you.
You have the number.
No, I don't.
What did you do with it? Lose it the way you lost my tape?
The tape's right here.
Then
The
send
tape's right here.
Ma'am, I need your telephone number so I can have
The telephone number is on the tape.
I do not.
No, it's not. There's a blank tape. There's nothing on the tape.
No, there isn't. There's a blank between your ears, but there's not a blank on my tape.
I hope, ma'am, you've got that on your. I hope you've got that on your recording.
It's 4:50 p.m. on March 28th.
Miss Glendora, may I have your number so I know where I can have Michael
It's
Gelman?
Michael Gelman's office. We're live with Regis and Kathy Lee, if you can believe it. We'll call you again and record it. Goodbye.
All right, here's the one with Bob Rich, the owner of Rich Products. I hope.
Not here. Who should I say it's called?
Tom Prosadella.
Yellow.
Morning, Warren. Yeah, call was recorded. I'll call again tomorrow.
Call was recorded. I'll call again tomorrow. Right, I ought to show you one of those, $30, this little bulb. But you have to have it because television is a light medium. Everything depends upon the light. And I did a whole lot of telephoning. I had to do it. It was my last chance to do it before the weekend. I talked to Arnold Edmond, who's a deputy clerk of the appellate division. I got a notice from the appellate division. This time they notified me of an oral argument, and that will be in Scott Lord. And it's not going to be Christmas as I thought it was. They're faster than they used to be. And it's going to be March the 14th, 1995. And Robert Perry, my amicus curiae, called, and he was delighted that Judge Bryant said this morning that he wanted me to have an amicus curiae. And so he was delighted with that, and Judge Bryant just decided that, like that, he wants the motion to come in formally. And Judge Bryant put the return date of March the 8th to deal with Kalaji's motion to dismiss my complaint, the long one of long ago, December the 6th, 1993, to argue that on March the 24th, 1995. So the March 8th date has just been combined with the March 24th date, which is the date of the amicus motion to intervene. Oh, and you know, Judge Bryant asked me, he says, won't you get an attorney? Or let one of these amicus curiae be your attorney. Ginny, stop that.
How are you? Good, thank you. 7:30, right?
Oh, that's Phil at Cablevision Harrison.
Yes, I can. Very easy.
Franklin will be over there at 7 to hand in 4 shows and to pick up 4 shows. Well, let's you and I get back to work here, and we'll do 5 more Gelman audio tapes. Alrighty. This one is Michael Gelman, side 2. Okay, let's see if we can pick this up. You remember the hours and hours I was queuing these up and finding these? Okay, here we go.
Yeah, until you see the money.
Got it.
Yeah, oh, that's tough. Okay, friend.
Okay.
Well, thanks for taking care of
This
Jack.
Bud's
Let
fast.
me repeat, that's 12:30 to
WNBC
1 on
TV.
April 6th,
Right.
12:30 to 1 on April 13th,
Right.
and BTJ
Ginny.
12:30 to 1 on
Come here,
April
honey.
13th.
Come here, Ginny.
Okay.
You baby
Very
cat.
nice.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye. March the 20th, spring, 1991. Michael Gilman has not sent me the $120 plus interest that he owes me. This is Glendora.
And where are you from?
I sent him a VHS, and he did not return it to me. He lost it.
What is your name?
Glendora, Glendora. You are new there, right? You are an intern. And an intern.
Yes, I am
Okay,
an intern.
tell Michael Gelman to send me the $120 that he owes me. It's been a year and a half.
$20. And what is the $120 for?
I sent him a VHS.
What is it for?
Okay, and I need your bill.
Okay, 914-949-9495.
One minute. Okay, I'm coming.
Okay, and your name?
My name is Linda.
Thank you.
Linda.
Right, bye.
Fine. Send it, okay? Get in touch.
Hold on 1 second, Harry.
Okay. Good morning. This is Glendora. Michael Gelman owes me $120 for losing my VHS.
Okay, well, Michael's not in it for a while, so you can have to call back next week.
Please send it, okay? Get in touch with him wherever he is and send it. Okay, this has gone on for over a year. We have recordings. We have about 40 recordings.
I have 120 now.
That he owes me the $120. Thank you.
Hang up.
March 27, 1991, Wednesday.
3834, very good.
March the 22nd, 1991, Wednesday. Thursday.
See? 12th, 1990.
How are you?
Oh, I'm very busy, honey. How are you?
That's good.
Phil Buse.
Busy good or busy nuisance?
Oh, yes. On both.
Phil, I received the second VHS tape, and I wish to thank you for that.
Okay, I promised I'd tell you that.
Well, I know you're a man of your word. You're a man of your promises. Real Union College stuff, I'll tell you. Yeah. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Fortification.
Border education who?
Fortification who? For the vacation this year, we go to the mountains.
Oh, jeez. There's something else.
Well, you got a sense of humor that works 24 hours a day, haven't you?
Of course.
Okay, Phil.
Thanks, dear.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Want to put me on Good Morning America?
No.
No, huh?
Nope.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye.
Another time that I asked him that, he says, I don't have the authority. Now, as I told you, Phil Buse is
10 and
a
12 and 2 and 4.
lifelong
Very
friend of
good.
mine
And what's your address?
and a lifelong friend of Thomas Murphy, who's the owner of ABC Cap Cities.
Oh, I don't know.
Another time I asked him if he was going to put me on Good Morning America, I wanted to replace Irma Bombeck, remember? Oh, he said,
Fine, may I help you?
Is Michael Gelman there, please?
Who's calling, please?
Glendora.
And what is this in reference to?
He owes me $120 for the VHS that he lost.
Hold on.
Where's Adam, please? And I think that was very rude what you did.
so they just put you on hold, they never come back.
Take the kids on a tour and that, via videotape.
Well, we have tour groups now.
No, but what would be special is have you do it.
Well, I'm involved in a lot of things.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you.
Well, I'm involved in a lot of things.
Yeah, I know. How's things over in Ryan? Ryan Harrison.
Right.
You right?
Right.
You don't get cable. It was a nice interview. Eugene McGrath,
CEO of Con Edison on April the 23rd, 1991, Tuesday. Okay to record April the 24th, 1991, Wednesday.
Oh, I know what I wanted to show you on that. I asked him if he wanted to.
Okay, Gene, well, it was a nice interview you gave the kids. Okay, keep your courage flaming.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks. Eugene McGrath. How are things over in Rye?
Pretty good.
Yeah. Are you in Rye or Harrison?
Right.
Yeah. You get UA Columbia. That's right. You get UA Columbia, right?
Right.
You don't get cable vision. Yeah, okay.
All right, thanks for calling.
Okay, Gene, well, it was a nice interview you gave the kids.
Excuse me.
A lot of federal programs and state programs dried up a bit, you know.
Oh, really? Yeah. Well, maybe someday if you think if you could just take the kids on a tour. So what's new?
Nothing much.
Yeah?
Plugging along.
Yeah, are you?
Yep.
That's good. So you can't sponsor those jokes, huh?
Our program is...
Oh, that's asking him, Con Edison, to sponsor the jokes.
I don't think so. I'm really tied up with one thing.
You're tied up, that's bad for your circulation.
It is.
Yeah. Well, it is. So the lawyer said to the judge, I'd like to have a retrial, a new trial on the basis of new evidence. And the judge says, what's the new evidence? And the lawyer said, I just found out my client has another $3,000. So what's new? The jokes on TV? You can't bring the world cheer, goodwill, and good humor?
I know.
It's on there asking Eugene McGrath if he wanted a copy of a VHS copy of the videotape for $120, but it'll just take too long to find it.
5 p.m. Manhattan Cable TV.
Okay.
Now next week you'll be on in Near Columbia, Westchester.
I see. And next week is when?
Yeah. So maybe it isn't too late to notify your son. He's going to be on Manhattan Cable TV Wednesday at 5 p.m.
Okay.
Your son won't be able to see.
I had these all queued up for court. Took days and months.
Michael Gelman owes me $120. This has gone on for over a year. It's about time that he paid his bill. $120 to Glendora. Now this is ridiculous. How crooked can anybody be? Morning, 945. Hi, I'd like to be reimbursed $120 for the VHS that the Michael Gelman office lost. All right.
This is May the 9th, 1991, Thursday.
How can I help you? Yes, I'd like to be reimbursed $120 for the VHS that was lost in the Michael Gelman office. Please. This is Glendora. Glendora. The tape was mailed. Prove it. How can I prove it? It was in an envelope. Right, that's right. You got a good question there. How can you prove it? I can't. I want to be reimbursed for the $120 you owe me.
The tape was mailed. Prove it. How can I prove it? It was put in an envelope.
going to have a...
Okay.
Misunderstanding then, because he was not happy, or he was not, so I don't know what happened, but Maxwell House Coffee is paying for this. It doesn't say for what. Up tonight then, and that he has given you...
David Basher on at NBC TV, WNBC
He
TV.
authorized a spot for Maxwell. I
Bad.
started the whole thing.
He gave me the money, General Foods gave me the money, $500 to do the spot.
That was all wrong. You all knew exactly where the money was going. It was going for...
I don't know why this isn't queued up.
I'm sorry?
$120 for the VHS that was lost in Mr. Gelman's office?
The VHS that was lost in Mr. Gelman's office?
Yes, my name is Glendora, and I sent him a VHS. It was never returned.
Hold on for one moment.
And I'd like to be reimbursed for it. It's $120. Hi, this is Glendora. I'd like to speak to Commissioner Pickett. He's out of the building at the moment. Okay, 10 days have gone by and I haven't heard anything.
Nassau County
I was told
Consumer
he was
Affairs.
writing me a letter, but I've not received anything. I don't know what happened. Okay. My number is 914-949-9495.
I'm going to queue up the second Gelman episode on this tape. This is audio tape number 194, second side. So I'll just tell you what it is. The first side you heard. But the other one is Arts and Entertainment Network. And Arts and Entertainment Network did not give UPS the information that they needed to reimburse Arts and Entertainment for the loss of the videotape that Michael Katz sent. Now, this is not Michael Gelman. There's a big difference between Michael Katz and Michael Gelman. Michael Gelman had no conscience at all. Michael Katz did. And that occurred on May the 1st, 1991, Wednesday. So we're now up to the 50 tapes. We've done 50 tapes. And we'll do another 10 right now, and that'll bring us up to 60. And then we'll take a break. This is to Arts and Entertainment Network.
Glendora.
Hi. You called several times.
I called once and that was yesterday.
No, you called 2 minutes ago. Because I had to put you on hold.
All right, but that's not what the issue is. Did Mike Hill send
As far as I know,
paperwork to UPS so that Glendora can get the money?
as far as I know, the paperwork is in the process of being handled.
Okay.
Now, we can't do anything about pushing to get it done quickly.
You can't do anything about pushing Mike Hill after 2 months delay?
I have spoken to Michael Hill, and I have been assured that everything is in the process of being handled. There's nothing more I can do, madam.
Well, there probably isn't. That's why I want to talk to Mr. D.
Well, you can't because...
Oh, yes, I can. I can call Mr. D at home, because I happen to know a friend of his.
Well, that's...
I'll call you tomorrow, and I'll see you.
I can't do anything further about it.
I'll call you tomorrow, see if the paperwork is gone to UPS. It's ridiculous that this should take 2 months and that it shouldn't have been done before.
No, everything has been processed. Paperwork, as far as I know, has gone to UPS. Now it's just a matter of waiting for UPS to get...
Oh, no, if it's gone to UPS, then you don't have to worry. But the fact is that Mike Hill did not send it for 2 months. And I'm calling today to see if it did go out today to UPS, and that's all I'm talking about. You don't have to worry about UPS. They will process it when they get it.
Right, and I understand.
But the question is, has Mike Hill sent it to UPS?
Yes, paperwork has been
Has Mike Hill sent
Has
it
it gone to UPS?
Yes,
Okay.
as far as I understand, yes.
Okay.
And she was wrong.
All right, you're
It
quite
hadn't.
welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I did call the next day, and I'm not going to, that's take a long time to queue that up. And I did call, and it was just the same runaround. That is the Secretary of Devotsis. at Arts and Entertainment Network. And eventually what happened is that Mike Hill, Arts and Entertainment, never did get the information to UPS. Now this is Michael Katz, not Michael Gelman. And therefore UPS couldn't reimburse Arts and Entertainment, and UPS was perfectly willing to reimburse Arts and Entertainment Network. So what it eventually ended up, I guess I won't tell you, I keep the suspense going here. Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Well, I really have a number of things to say, but I don't think they would make much difference.
197.2, it says that there is a Gelman on here, but I went through it and took a lot of time and I couldn't find it. So let's move on to audio tape number 53. And that's a conversation with Anthony Mosca that I'd like to play someday if I ever got the time to Richard Johnson, who's a deputy sheriff. Now this is Fuqua, who is a very rich man, and I think I asked him on here if he wants a copy of his VHS interview for $120, and this establishes why $120 is the price that I put on the Gelman tape that he lost, and on the second Gelman tape he lost.
So that's Wednesday, Mr. Fuqua, 5 p.m. Channel D, Manhattan Cable TV, the biggest one in the United States, owned and operated by Time Warner.
Thank you.
Thanks. Did you want a VHS copy of your interview? It's $120?
No.
Mm-hmm. And did you
Okie doke.
when will you get back to me, please?
They will. Someone in the accounting group will.
No, that's not good enough. Okay, I've
Arts and Entertainment Network.
go today, and I haven't heard a thing. Not a
All right, I will double check on it for you.
Okay, I'll call it, and since you won't call me, I'll call you this afternoon.
July 3rd, 1990.
All right,
All right.
bye-bye.
Bye.
See, that's the runaround at Arts and
Mr.
Entertainment.
Vatz's office at Arts and Entertainment. Today is July the 3rd, 1990, Tuesday.
I'm going to transfer your call.
Wow, that's too expensive. Where are you? Side 217.2. This is 217, side 2, and it's at the last end of the tape, but it's taking too much time to find it. And that would be tape 57. Now we're going to do 56. And this is Ira Quorum, Arts and Entertainment check. Okay, this is what you've been waiting for. This is the suspense. 2052 at the top.
Today is July the 9th, 1990, Monday, a new day and a new week.
And we just ran out of batteries, I think. This is the news you've been waiting for.
Today is July the 9th, 1990, Monday, a new day and a new week. Hi. Hi, good afternoon, 945.
Glendora, Police Remaining Network.
Oh, hi, Elise.
Hi, I didn't want to call you till the check was in my fingertips, and that's where it is right now.
Oh, really?
Yep, so I'm just going to write you a little letter, and off you'll go.
Oh, you mean like today?
Yeah, like in 5 minutes.
Yeah, well, that's marvelous, Elise.
All right, let me just, shoot, I know I've asked you so many times before, and,
What, the address?
yeah.
Oh, no, it's important. 222.
This way I'm just going to type it up right this second.
Okay, I'll wait for you.
All right, good. So Glendora,
Route 222,
right,
East Park Avenue,
Park Ave,
White Plains, New York,
okay, Okay.
You got a quiet typewriter. I don't hear it.
No, because I'm doing it by hand. My typewriter's on the other side.
Oh, okay. We'll do it by hand. That's okay.
Okay.
Oh.
Just for your information, we never did get paid from the UPS. And so instead of making you wait any longer than need be, we just cut you our own check.
Well, that's nice, but aren't you going to get paid by UPS?
Hopefully, but, it's just not fair to keep you, waiting 100 weeks, And you've called so many times, so we just wanted to get this thing out to you.
Well, that's good.
Okay?
Yeah, but...
No, my other phone is ringing, and I'll get this out to you immediately.
Okay, but okay. I'll call you as soon as it comes.
Well, that's not necessary.
Because I also want to tell you how to get your money from UPS.
Well, don't worry. It has nothing to do with me, and I don't even want to know about it. That's accounting's problem, and don't you worry about it, okay?
Okay.
That's one less thing for you to worry about. You'll have your check, and that's all we care about right now.
Okay, Elise.
Thank you.
Thanks a million.
Okay.
Really appreciate it.
Okay.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
That was Elise from Arts and Entertainment last year, 1990. Okay to record, May the 10th, 1991, Friday.
That was in 1990, and that's Michael Gelman's, that's Michael Katz, and that's the Arts and Entertainment Network. And Michael Katz made good. He sent his own check, and of course she doesn't say Elise, but the reason is Arts and Entertainment Network never got the information to UPS that they needed. That's as I see it. And that was in 1990, and so Michael Katz is all taken care of. It's too bad that Michael Gelman could not have had the same ethic. This is audio tape 208-2, the 57th audio tape for court.
Got that tape all ready? For Michael Gelman?
Yes.
You told me to send it to you?
Not to me. Send it to Michael Gelman.
Oh, okay.
I have our address, Allison.
I think I won't forget that for a while.
Okay.
Bonnie, then are you going to speak to Michael Gelman about it?
No, I have nothing to do with the show, Allison.
Okay, put in a good word for us, huh?
Yeah, okay, I will.
Will you?
Yeah, I have 2 other calls, Allison. I have to go.
You can't hear the joke. Okay, bye, Bonnie.
Have a good New Year.
You the same.
That's Bonnie at WABC TV about sending the tape to Gelman, which he lost, and she owes us $120 for. Okay to record, May the 18th, 1991, Saturday.
So nothing at the top?
Yes. Are you an intern?
No.
Okay. My address is Box 532, Scarsdale, New York.
Hold on, please.
10583.
This is on June the 20th. 24th, 1991. $120 for
When are we
music
going to get it
cassette.
down to zero?
On Sunday, 2 p.m. This is July 15th, 1991, Monday, okay to record. Yes, it's Glendora. I want my $120 that he owes me, plus the interest.
Excuse me, Glendora?
Glendora. I want my $120 he owes me, plus the interest.
120 plus interest.
He lost my VHS, never returned it.
Okay, and can I have a number for you?
Yes, 914
914
949
949
9495.
9495.
He's been delinquent for 1 year and a half.
Okay, okay, so it's 914 949 9495.
Yes, please.
Okay,
Thank
I'll
you.
get the message to him.
The address is Box 532,
Box 532,
Scarsdale, New York.
Scarsdale,
New York.
Yes, Jenny?
10583.
Jenny?
Glendora.
Bringing me her sister's collar,
Thank you.
Okay.
so that I'll get up and get her something to eat. Of course, I'll have to.
July 15th, 1991, 88 degrees and 8:35 a.m.
Manager? Excuse me?
The general station manager. Who's his boss?
His position, you mean?
No, who is his boss?
I really don't know who you'll be able to talk to.
Whom does he report to? All right, the station manager. How's that?
Yeah.
Okay. He owes me $120. He lost my VHS, This is over a year and a half ago. This is the 51st request for him to send the $120 plus 9% interest.
$120. All right, what's your name?
Glendora, Glendora.